PSGL action here on a Monday night. Tonight we're here for round 5 of the F1 season here at Sochi Autodrome in Russia. And for people who don't know who I am by now, I'm Lickleblocks and I'm joined by the 7-time champion, Big C.
Yeah, hello everyone. Unfortunately, I will not be racing, but it's not really a good track for me, so I'm not too bothered because work is taking it out of me a little bit in terms of tiredness and all that. So instead, unfortunately, Owen can't be with us. So you've got Little C for the first time on a Monday night, and obviously, F1 always provides some great entertainment. And obviously, we've got the title battle, the two-time world champions. Honestly, Louis on 44 points, then CRG Blizzard on 43 points. Obviously, two of the most successful, two of the best drivers we've ever had in PSGL, fighting for the title. Just a point between the two Williams teammates, so it's going to be very exciting. And obviously then we've got Jay, Zenki, Sparks, Casper, those sorts of guys right behind, looking to get a few wins and maybe challenge those two guys.
Yeah, well, Claire Williams on the Williams pit she'll definitely liking the look of this, but will them to come too close at one stage like the Mercedes in real life and take each other out? It's definitely a high possibility. What do you think, Big C?
Yeah, I think so. Certainly Louis. I think Louis and Blizzard had one collision that comes to mind, that was in season 21, but we've never really seen them both really battle it out hard for a victory. Blizzard is quite calculated, he isn't too hot-headed, whilst Louis has his days where he can be like that, but I think he has matured a little bit over the years, so I don't expect it to get too heated. I think if it was like maybe something like Ashbest or something like that in a title fight again, then maybe there'll be a few more collisions, but I think both of them are quite mundane personalities. I'd say they're not quite fiery. When you speak to them, they're quite depressed. It's fair to say. So
yeah, we both know if there's a win at stake, Louis will be the one that wants it the most. He does anything to make sure he can win, and I think, not sure about you, but I've definitely had a few experiences of the Louis Welch when he wants to win.
Exactly. So we'll run down the top 10 in the Drivers' Championship. It's Louis leading the way on 44 points with 2 wins, and Blizzard on 1 win on 43. Next is Jay in the Mercedes on 32. So Jay's in contention, but I don't know if he's quite got the pace. But in terms of the race pace, he's usually there, but the quali pace sometimes ironically lets him down on this game. Then we've got Zenki 4th on 18. Then we've got Sparks on 5th, who won last time out in Canada. Casper on 13, with Aaron and Calzo also on 13. Lambo is 9th on 12, who's not attending again. Then we've got Onyx rounding out the top 10 on 11 points. So yeah, the top 3 certainly in a league of their own. The top 2 certainly with Jay looking to maybe put in a surprise title challenge. You never know with Jay. Some races he's amazing, other races he just gets involved in incidents or doesn't quite have the quality pace to be out of trouble, or he has to do some medium hot strategy.
Yeah, I think what Jay needs to do if he wants to drag himself into the title contention, he's got to go for pretty much everything. He's got to be ruthless, because if he's not ruthless, I'm sorry, but I think Blizz and Louis will just eat him alive, Connor. That's what I think will happen. They're just them two are in a world of their own, I think. So as I say, if Jay wants to get anywhere near that, he needs to be aggressive, take every opportunity he can, and make sure he makes 0 mistakes. If he manages to do that, he could be there. We could see a shock title winner, Big C.
Yeah, we could. Certainly Jay would be a big surprise, but he has certainly improved a lot this game in terms of race pace and strategy. But yeah, Louis and Blizzard are certainly the favourites. And obviously Zengi, Sparks, Casper, they have pace and they can win races on the day, but do they have the consistency over a 13 race season the likes of Louis and Blizzard have? I'm not quite sure, but never say never. It's a long season and Louis Welch might have a few dinners out. You just don't know.
Yeah, big Mr. Welch, the 6'10" monster, might just change his mind just a little, unplug the PS4, take it with him, and then next thing you see, Louis in the chat, I cannot race tonight.
Yeah, so we have 18 drivers. I believe that's everybody. Well, as Aaron shows his car, yeah, no, we'll see. Well, Aaron is in the wrong car, so let's change. Choose the correct car, please.
Yeah, I'm just going to try run us down a few of the F1 steward findings. So Alfie, Ollie, ILRT Alfie will have a 15-second time penalty for this race, as he Wait, let me read. The stewards feel Alfie should have backed down and conceded the position, which would have prevented the crash and would have ruined two other drivers' races. With this in mind, Alfie will have a 15-second for the next round as he failed to finish round 4. And then Aaron got a 10-second penalty for last week. I don't think that made a difference, did it?
No, I mean, he got disqualified, so the penalties for this race.
Also, them two have got to make sure they can do the very best they can. If this is possibly, if you can argue, one of the best tracks to actually get a big penalty, because if you can keep time penalties low here, you're always dragging yourself in contention, because Russia is normally one of the, let's say, more prone tracks to get a lot of penalties. It's a bit like Canada, name any others. Canada,
yeah, they're the main ones. Abu Dhabi also is quite bad for time penalties. So it looks like we're going to be getting another 18 drivers. So Lambo, myself and Nolan. Missing, we've got Demon once again in for a Lambo in the Renault. Demon has quite strong pace around here in practice, so maybe he'll be able to get a top 6, a top 7 points.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read the chat. Good evening to Mems Virus. Good evening to Callum Anderson. He loves a little bit of Little C. Good evening to Alfie, Ollie and Poynton Media, saying let's see how Onyx bins it this time. The race I commentated on Onyx last time in Bahrain, he did bin it. He also binned it the week before when I was watching in Baku, so he really needs to sort out his quality form, because let's be honest, it's going to ruin his race pace being stuck down the back, because Onyx is not a driver to be down to 14th to 20th range. He's top 7 up, really. That's why he's got to sort it out.
Yep, indeed. And obviously quite not very abrasive, the service here at the Sochi Strom, so being an easy soft to medium strategy with a little bit of flexibility on when you pit. So around lap 10, I'd say, is when you're looking to pit. So yeah, it should be 3 or 4 runs on the soft tyres for everyone. A good shootout for pole position, with pole position looking to be in the low 30s.
I reckon we'll see a high 29. I really think we will, Connor, and I think Mr. ILRC Louis himself, the pad god now, will definitely be able to do that.
Yeah, and we've got Joe Corbo asking where I am not racing, basically because I'm too slow and I can't be asked. So, yeah. That's the honest, and Lickle needs a bit of company. So I thought I'd commentate. See how it is not racing for the first time since season 19. I've attended every race since the middle of F1 2017, so...
The end is near. The end is near for you, Big C, it seems. Car's coming out early, very early, and it looks quite dark, Connor.
Yeah,
it looks very dark.
Bit of cloud, maybe we'll be seeing some light rain on the horizon. Cars really rushing out on track, which is what you want to see. You want to see a lot of action to entertain our viewers. And the strategy for Singapore Danny Blake is medium to hard. Don't use the softs under any circumstances. And yeah, Aaron's just messaged me, good luck on comms, the end is nigh.
Yeah, God,
so thank you.
Yeah, everyone's coming out fast. I really do think there is a possibility of rain. Is looking, as I said, very dark. I just, of course, was helping a little with Lordy and F2, Connor, and the track certainly did not look as dark as this when it was set to the official timing. So yeah, rain is definitely on the horizon. And
look who's out early. He's not eating his dinner for a change. It's Louis. RRT Louis is out on track. You never really see him out in the first minute or two. So yeah, people are pushing hard on the outlets. Maybe the rain is on its way. We'll soon find out. Oh, he's got an overcast session. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope no one comes in the chat or the stream and ruins it. But the only thing I can really say is, if it's a wet quali and a dry race, quali's over quick for us, Big C. It will be over quick.
And we can answer some questions if there is a bit of rain on the horizon. We obviously Ash Best got the intermediates, as he likes to do.
Yeah, if it's dry, there's no need to. I really think. So I think Ash does this on purpose, to be honest with you, Big C, just to annoy a few drives, get a few bites in the chat.
Yeah. So I don't know who's going to be first to start a lap.
I think it might be Demon with it. No, his car's ahead of him.
Jay, I think.
Yeah.
Jay.
Will in the banana car. Let's ride on board with him. Opening the DRS, the little kink. It is classified officially as turn 1 by F1, so we will just go by that. So turn 1, coming down into turn 2, heavy braking, so you've got to make sure you don't lock up. Very easy to get invalid through there, but I think Will's got that just perfection there, coming through a long loop in turn 3. Now very tricky corner in the wet. Luckily it's not wet, it's dry, so none of these drivers should have any issues, although we have seen one incident in the past there with Romain Grosjean careering off into the barriers during the race.
Yeah, now coming through into the tricky middle sector, very technical, easy to run wide, and very tricky to get the steering angle spot on. I was really struggling here to get the car really hooked up as well. So still a bit of oversteer there, but so far so good. Either a 0.9 in the first sector, we'll certainly be looking for maybe a 0.6 or a 0.7 from the likes of Louis and Blizzard later on in the session. So yeah, DRS wide open once again on the rundown to the tricky. Brings a little kink as you try and straighten up the car to ensure you don't lock up. That's a 4.5 middle sector from Will Murdoch. Will Murdoch has shown some great pace this season, but he's often been involved in incidents with the likes of Lee, Finley in France, now through the tricky final sector. Similar maybe to Singapore and Abu Dhabi, those sorts of final sectors. So yeah, it's what can Will do through the final 2 corners. Position crucial. So what can Will Murdoch do in the Renault? And it's a 31.2, so quite average from Will Murdoch, that has to be said.
Oh, yeah, I was just looking there. You said you're going to make Demon look fast. He had to, therefore, abandon a lap. I think he got an invalidation, Big C.
Yeah, and it's 2 30.6s from the Mercedes Duo. And it's Louis Welch straight into the 30.1s. What a lap from Lewis, or Louis. I mean, he's just a special talent, isn't he? How can he do that straight out the box?
Yeah, it's very special. I'm just watching his teammate CRG Blizzard. Quite a poor first sector from the Williams drive. 32.8. It's not really as fast as his teammate Louis. Straight away a 30 points, a 32.6. So a very fast first sector from Louis. Very fast time generally. I don't think that'd be beaten by many drivers, if any, Connor, to be honest.
No, I do agree profusely. I think Blizzard is on quite a poor lap, really struggling, oversteering a little bit in the Williams. So Blizzard really will be going around P4, P5, and he's out of pit. Yeah, it was quite a poor lap there from Blizzard, so he's backed out. Maybe not Alfie's on quite a poor lap as well. Anyone else?
LR Nick? No, it's not. It's getting to the stage where people are coming towards the or starting the laps. I think the furthest one around on a decent lap is Lakitu in the Red Bull. Had a collision with his teammate last week, Connor, on lap 1 and then lap 3, where it did in fact wipe out you and Demon. What's your opinions on that?
Yeah, I mean, Alfie is quite aggressive as a driver, and he often keeps his nose in where he shouldn't. So it was unfortunate. He got his penalty, and we move on. But yeah, Zenki, 0.7 in the middle sector. So I think Zenki in the Haas will be the next one to watch.
Oh, he's getting a lovely toe from Francis there though. 4.2. I think that's quite fast. Ooh, wow. I didn't expect that one, Big C.
No, neither did I. So yeah, let's just go on board with Zenki before we introduce our special guest for the next minute, who's actually actually good friends with Vladimir Putin, Lickle.
Yeah, you know him more than I do. Would you like to introduce him, Big C?
So obviously currently in the retirement home, but Iran F1, a special guest here at the Russian Grand Prix. Iran, what are you seeing out on track? How is the Sochi weather? How's the atmosphere out there?
Oh, it's a carnival atmosphere, Big C. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm on the pit wall here at the Alfa Romeo. We're obviously very disappointed that we're a driver short, but I'm having the time of my life. Big C, I won the inaugural race here back in season 10. Got fond memories, and PSGL F1 just isn't the same without me, Big C. It's like WrestleMania without Undertaker, West Ham without Mark Noble.
And obviously, you're currently retired, but you're enjoying the retired life, aren't you? We've seen some reports you may be coming back, but can you put those rumours to bed? Is it over for good?
Well, Big C, I'm sabbaticalised. I've not announced a retirement, and I've not announced a return. So I'll just have to keep people guessing that I'll be the modern day Alan Kirbishley, always touted around for another Premier League job, but never quite makes the cut. So we'll see. I'm enjoying retired life, Big C.
Yeah, and obviously, you stepped down a Saturday. You had AMS take over. Have you got anything to say about AMS, or even your good friend Flying Throne, who's actually sort of running the steward's office nowadays?
Yeah, I'm going to start with Flying Frame. I think the guy should just call it a day and should just retire. He's like the modern day league racing prostitute, you know, jumps from one league to the other, you know, honestly just needs to give it a rest. You know, it's not good for his health, and I think he needs to do what's right for his happiness. With regards to AMS, a lovely bloke, but there is a bit of corruption in the FP League, I must make that very clear.
Lovely. Look, if you've got anything for Aaron.
It's nice to have you here, Aaron.
Thank you. I'll let you guys get on with your commentary.
Alright, thank you. And that's Aaron, the 3-time F1 champion, 4-time PSGL champion, former director, and obviously winner of the inaugural Russian Grand Prix in season 10. So yeah, I've been watching Demons lap, and it's been quite a strong lap.
Yeah, I've been watching it. It looked like a little bit of understeer through the middle sector, and a lot of understeer there, going very wide. I think that's going to completely throw the lap, and it has. That's lost a lot of time. I think there's still, to be honest, quite a lot of time in that Big C's. That middle sector didn't look great, to be honest. It looked very, very understeery.
Yeah, I mean, I know we'll compare it to Jay's last sector. Jay did a 0.5 compared to Demon's 0.9, but Louis did a 0.2. So yeah, Demon certainly with a lot of time. Not Louis, Demon with a lot of time in that final sector, but you know, there's a lot more to come from a lot of drivers. I think we've only seen the best from Louis so far, really.
Yeah, someone who's on a decent lap at the moment is VSR Onyx Connor. Louis currently leading by half a second, so this allows a big gap opened here, and this allows Onyx to possibly go up to P. No, he doesn't. He gets it invalidated. My bad, Big C.
Yeah, a lot of traffic for the guys. Will Murdoch's on an improved lap. I think he's the main one to watch.
Yeah, well,
Will Murdoch.
Ooh, 2/10. That'll currently put him just behind Lakitu. We haven't really seen Lakitu reach his full potential yet this season, Con. So decent qualifying for the Red Bull man at the moment, up in P5.
Yeah, and Lakitu, to be fair, despite the collision with Alfie, had his best result of the season. P5 in Canada. So I think Lakitu certainly is one to watch. He's certainly got credentials to improve. What can Will Murdoch do in the Renault? Can he go second? No, it's P4 on a 30.8. Sparks is 2 seconds up in the middle sector.
Yeah, I think he had quite a good first sector and didn't improve as much as he'd like in the middle sector. So he'd been looking to find all the time in the final sector. Has he saved his tyres a little through that middle sector to get a bit more grip in his final sector? A lot of low traction zones. Let's see what the McLaren driver can do. Currently up in P5. He goes to P4 just ahead of Will Murdoch. But the thing I have to turn my attention to ILRT Amir because he is up.
Oh,
yeah.
P2. So a decent out there, but Louis, untouchable thus far. I think Blizzard will be the one to watch when he gets on a lap, but he's on an out lap. Jaketex also on a lap. 32.6 first sector from Jaketex. He's got a distant tie. I don't think it would have really affected him too much, and he is a 10th and a bit up as he approaches a heavy breaker zone here, and he takes that beautifully. And now up into 4th gear. It looks like a very decent lap from Jaketex. Currently sitting P3. The only way he can really go is up now from this time. Can he get himself onto the front row or possibly shock us all and go pole position? I think it's a bit too far ahead, but let's see the Mercedes drive out the final corner. It's going to be P2 for him, a 1:30.458. Yeah, and Lakito's reporting that his DRS is offline in qualifying.
Oh, that's awful. That is awful. And Louis had a bit of a meh first sector for his standards, Connor, 32.7, and that might have been an invalidation. I'm just going to check it now. Lottie, Louis,
32.6 in the first for Blizzard.
Where is he? He's down in 15th. Not used to seeing him that far back. Looked
That's
quite good.
Is out on a 31.5. Maybe I should have raced. I could have out-qualified Ash.
Too late now. You've got to join me. People want to hear a bit of Lickle-C. 4.2. That is quite strong, I believe. Didn't see Louis' middle sector like split, but I assume this is quite strong from the time. So around big oversteer, then decides to break on the outside curve. Is that really what you want to be doing? I didn't think you would, to be honest, but no. Seems to work for Blizzard.
A trademark of Blizzard's driving style on the wheel, certainly making the most of these curves. I mean, I can't seem to be doing it much, but maybe it's a thing with the fan attackers. Louis improves with 30.0. What can Blizzard do? And it's P4 on a 30.6, well, 6.5 tenths off the pace.
Wow, that is just a mega lap from Louis. Someone down in 14th is Casper. He's just doing laps on the soft. A bit of practice for him. He'd be looking. to improve.
It's fair to say, fifth down, the pace isn't that hot. You know, the likes of Demon and those sorts of guys. You know, P5 is a really decent place to start because, you know, a long run down to turn 1, bit of slipstream, can easily gain a couple of spots. So, you know, P5 is quite wide open, I've got to say. You know, you can really get a good grid spot if you just get a lap together. You know, all these guys can get a lap in, but to be fair, the time's on that quick at the minute, to be fair. Down from spots down to Casper.
Yeah, I do agree. Casper is one of those drivers who shocked me at the moment, Biggs. He hasn't really reached his full potential. We both know him from AOR F1, a very strong driver, transferred over to PSGL for a season to see how he can go, and he really hasn't maximised his potential, whether to do with practice levels or generally finding it hard to settle in here in PSGL.
Yeah, amazing first sector from Demon, a 30... whatever, 0.6, a 0.6 from Demon in the first sector. He's invalidated his first two. I'm saying he's validated again. 100%. He corner cut way too much there. Demon is bossing it.
That was an excellent first sector from him. Just to throw it away like that is disappointing. Someone who I was on board with originally until you mentioned Demon was Zenki. Zenki's at 32.8 first sector, so not too good for him. Representing the newly formed WAR racing team, Big C.
Yeah, headed by Lambo and my teammate Aaron Collingwood. So I've been interested to see what the Bois team can do in the months to come, whether it's a FAP esports type thing or is it a bit more substantial. So what can Zenki do in the middle sector? I think it's at 4.1, so I think he's looking for maybe a 4th here if he gets the final sector hooked up.
Yeah, 4th wouldn't be too bad, and to be honest, he's got time to find, but will he box at the end of this lap though? Because with 3 minutes 40 to go, what would you do? Would you finish your lap, Connor, or just go a box and go for another one and possibly find more time?
I think Zenki knows how good the zap is, and it's so easy to invalidate, so can Zenki put it P4? He does, as expected. So yeah, I think Zenki was right there, just to finish the lap, get a lap on the board. You know, 30.5 is a decent lap. And let's just see what the other guys can do. Will they subdue to the pressure? As I said, so easy as a corner cut. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm just watching LRT and Mick out very early. Maybe he wants to get his time down and possibly beat Louis, but that's going to have to be a hell of a lap to try beat Louis, because that is mega from him up in P1. 30-0, and he's going to get that 29 if he sorts out that first set, the Big C.
Yeah. For sure. I think he's got poor outside, but obviously, you know, pole necessarily isn't the best place to start on, but he can easily be towed by the two Mercedes into the first one. Maybe the Mercedes will work together a bit, or will be just fighting for themselves. Let's find out. But yeah, we've got a few guys on track, but no one on a lap just yet. With I think the two Mercs will be the first. Amir will be the first out, the big boys, to get a time on the board.
Yeah, he's got to find pretty much half a second, Connor, to get onto pole position. Say about 6-7 tenths if he wants to actually secure that pole position. Anyway, let's ride on board with the Mercedes driver starting his lap, coming down the main straight, the longest straight on this Russian circuit, reaching a speed of about 340 kilometers per hour. Heavy braking, and it's crucial not to cut this part here, and he gets it to perfection. And now he's going to hug the inside the faster way around turn 3 here, all the way through turn 3 and now into turn 4. Very easy to cut the inside, but he looks quite strong there. Bit of oversteer mid corner, and to see his first set there, 32. It didn't show it for me. A 32.
I'll check. Who did?
A 32.6. Yeah. Decent.
Yeah, I mean, through the middle sector, what can he do? I think P2's, he is on a lap, isn't it? Yeah, he keeps saying out lap for me, but he's on a lap.
A bit
sure. So yeah, I mean, DRS open, overtake, using the party mode, car number 2, former Stoffel Van Dorn's old number. So what can Amir do in the middle sector? I'm not really getting any numbers, any figures, but I'll check the race director from Amir, and it's a 0.4 in the middle sector, some 3 tenths off Louis' middle. So yeah, Amir not really looking to get the pole position here, but a front row certainly could be in the offing if he nails his final part of the lap.
Yeah, looked very, very aggressive to try and get the throttle down there. Does he gain time this final sector? As you said, 3 tenths down in the middle. It's got to be a rapid final sector. Out of the final corner, I lost here, Amir 30.2. 2 tenths behind Louis, and that could arguably be the best place to start.
Yeah, a very good final sector there from Amir. So what can the rest of the guys do? So many guys. Lakitu's next up in the Red Bull. What can he do? He's on a good lap.
Ooh, P5.
P5. Very respectable there from Lakitu. Really finding a bit of form.
Yeah, Amir is done, so I think I'm going to have to turn my attention to ILRT Louis. He's just finishing the first sector now, and it's a 32.5. That's a mega first sector. We see no one get near that time. Alfie retires from the session. Awful qualifying for him. He's got to try not cut there. Runs a bit deep. That might have been an invalid. Might just be alright. Really pushing the limits of this car. And look at that. There was a car crashed out there. That really would have put him off. Luckily it ghosted, but he runs wide again. So this really hasn't looked like the best of middle sectors for Louis after a great first sector. Got to see how much is he up through sector 2, if he even is up. So I think he could have lost that time, and he still is up. So still making time. I don't know how he does it, because it just looked like a slower middle sector than his previous one, Connor. Alien from the Williams driver.
Yeah, so far so good from Lou Welch as Calzo goes P7. There's only 2 men only score points in every race, Calzo and Blizzard, but what can Louis do? He's putting on a great show. Can he get into the 129s here at Sochi Auto? Lou Welch round the final corner. And
yes! Oh no!
Invalidated. Move on. Jay's done. Jay is done. Zenki, Blizzard. Who else?
Blizzard's done.
Spots goes 8th. Blizzard's done. Anyone else? Zenki's done.
Watching Will through the middle set though. What's Will's time looking like? He's only a little bit up. We'll go to Aaron Collingwood.
Round the final corner in the Alfa Romeo. What can Aaron Collingwood do? Can he put it in the top 10? 10th. Well, not great. But Francis, what can Fran do? No, 11th.
Invalidated final corner.
Oh, Ben's done. P13. P14 for Ben. I think we're done.
Casper round the final corner. It don't look strong at all. He's miles off. 31.2. That is disappointing. Oh. Wow. Right. Very bad.
Bit of an anti-climax there. People struggling to get their laps in, but it is a familiar face on pole position, taking yet another pole. It's Louis ahead of Emir with Jay third and Zenki in P4. Yeah,
that was a very good lap there from Louis, but 29.8 you did see invalidated. What a time that would have been to, if he put it on the board of 29.8, would have put him about 4 tenths ahead of Amir. That would have showed dominance. But Louis is on pole for the Russian Grand Prix, but is that where he wants to be? I don't think so, Connor. I feel like P2 or P3 would have been the best place to start for him. Let's have a look at the grid.
And yeah, game art, to be fair, I was horrendous in practice, so I doubt it. But yeah, the grid for the Russian Grand Prix here in season 24 on PSGL is Louis on pole position again ahead of Amir. Jay is a strong third. Zenki fourth. Lakito brilliant in fifth. Blizzard only sixth. Calzo 7th. Sparks down in 8th. Will 9th with Aaron Collingwood ran out the top 10. We've got Nick, Fran, Lee, Caspar, Demon will be disappointed to P15 after some traffic on his laps. Alfie in 16th. Ash and Onyx in P18. So there we have it. Louis Welch on pole, but I think the Mercedes could run him close, especially if Louis loses track position on that one.
Yeah, I do agree, and an issue that did pop up, I'll say, at the start of the stream has really popped up. Onyx down in 18th again, starting last for the 3rd race this season. He's trying to do a Cliffy, it seems like. Cliffy was known for starting in the back, but here's the thing, Cliffy actually got through the pack. Onyx is a bit of a mixed one. He got through at Baku, but then did not get through at Bahrain. I'll be interested to see what he can do from the back row of the grid. Demon being disappointed. I think my biggest disappointment of that qualifying has to go to Casper down in 14th place.
Yeah, I do agree. And Ash West obviously was lagging yesterday in his other league, and he was lagging last week, so hopefully Ash can get through it.
Hopefully he doesn't kill any drivers, or there may be a ramification big C for him. Just going to get a drink whilst the formation lap is underway, so just bear with me just a minute.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, here in Russia, back at the last 2 winners, Louis in season 20, then Blizzard in season 22. So, you know, the pad has traditionally been quite strong around here, with the likes of Iran and Bakers and QPR Beasts also winning here in Russia. And once again, it is overcast conditions, but... And yep, good one. Well, the idea was to create a unique and a can that people would hate a bit, and that's what I think we've produced, because even I hate it. I hate it. It doesn't really consist of some of my better tracks like Silverstone, Australia as well. At least we've got Monaco, but most of these tracks that we started with. Bahrain, Azerbaijan, Austria, what else we got? Russia. I'm shit-tagged. Even in my prime, so yeah, it's not really a calendar that really suits the directors. It was just a bit of a shit show we put together, and I think people are enjoying its uniqueness.
Yeah, I'm a bit ashamed, Connor, that I can't take part in the opening rounds this season. I think I would have liked it around here. And the first few rounds. I don't think we'll see anything like that again for the foreseeable future. But who do you think's going to be on the podium at the end of lap 27?
I'm going to go for Louis, Amir, and Blizzard. Louis J. Blizzard is what I meant.
Yeah, Amir has a tendency to just bottle it. Will he have a clean one today? Been having a few collisions. A bit of a bottle in Bahrain, getting that 5-second penalty. Then couldn't show his what's it called? Race director to get that 5-second penalty removed. So it's not been a good start to the season for Amir. 2 collisions and 1 DNS and 1 bottle with that penalty, so he'll be looking to change that in Russia, but it's going to have to be a hell of a drive from him if he's going to beat the Williams of Louis.
Yeah, and in terms of tyres, as I said earlier, it's soft to mediums or mediums to soft. So we've got softs for the top 10, then mediums for Nick, Lee, Casper, Demon, Ash, and Onyx for softs for Fran and Alfie. So yeah, tyre life, tyre wear, not an issue around it. You can push hard, just don't slide too much from the power sector, or you might overheat them slightly.
Yeah, someone to watch off the start will be Alfie in 16th. He gets off the grid well, so he'll be looking to make up a few positions with a big run to turn 1, and cars ahead of him on the mediums. Expect him to go up a few positions. And where is Zenki? That is a very slow formation, that Big C, from the guys there. That was definitely not 10 car lengths. That was a lot more.
Yep, indeed, some tactics going on. Overtaking, to be fair, traditionally around Russia is not easy, so I expect to see a few switching trains going on, but hopefully it's a nice clean lap 1 with a long run down. As we saw in F2, it's very easy to really converge into each other and collide, so we'll see how it all plays out here. 27 laps of the Russian Grand Prix.
Yeah, can you watch the back please, Big C?
Indeed.
So the lights are coming on for me here. It's 3, it's 4, it's 5. And it's lights out, and away we go for the start of the Russian Grand Prix. I've got an absolutely awful camera angle. I think Amir is down the inside of Louis, coming down the long straight. And look at Jake Tech swinging there. They're going to be 3 wide on the run to turn 1. Who's going to come out on top? Will it be Jay? Will it be Amir? Will it be Louis? I think it just about. It will be Louis. Amir has a bit of a slide. Louis comes out on top. I think a few cars had to cut the track there, but Louis is leading from Jay. Amir, Lakitu. Oh, there's a big accident.
Yeah, Sparks lost it slightly and hit into someone. I'm not sure who it was, but yeah, great start also from Aaron Collingwood, 10th to 6th. What start? Like the Lance Stroll in terms of starts.
Yeah, I think most drivers kept it clean as a hash round. Lakitu, Zenki, big accident.
Oh dear.
Oh god. And Connor, I was right. Look who's up to 8th. ILRT Alfie. He started 16th and he's up to 8 positions gained off the start. And he, wow. Oh god, he's going to be fuming.
Sorry, Blizzard down to 15th, but look at that, Nick 6th, Casper 7th on medium tyres.
Wow, that is very impressive. Sparks has got big damage and he's understeered, and look at that. Did Blizzard have any front wing damage from that collision? Yes, he does, Big C. The whole front run end plate is missing there. Not what he needs. Big
day for the championship race. Louis leading. Blizzard currently will be scoring 0 points, but yeah, a bit of a mess there. Lakitu up to 4th, and Calso, the underrated driver of the league, I've got to say, in P5.
And he looks to be harassing the back of that Red Bull. Who do you think was at fault for that collision, Big C?
I have no idea. I'd have to watch it again because it looked like a complete clusterfuck, to be honest. Yeah,
it was who was it? It was Zenki and Lakitu going side by side, and Zenki unfortunately did get turned around, but after lap 1 we see Louis already breaking the DRS. What a start for him. Jay in 2nd, Amir 3rd,
Alfie and Casper.
Alfie
on the
Ollie
inside, and P7 for Alfie, so great from Alfie on fresh softs as well.
He's one to watch, Big C. He is one to watch. I reckon he'll be on to the back of Nick within no time. Those softs will be much faster than the mediums at this stage of the race, and Nick runs very wide and almost hits the wall on the outside there.
Aaron and Onyx had a little bit of contact there as Aaron gets the move done finally, but yeah, a bit aggressive there from Aaron, and a bit of oversteer on exit, but
switchback,
and it's all side by side.
What a switchback from Onyx there, mugging Aaron off, lets him go deep, and then he'll just take that position back. Smart driving from Onyx. He started 18th, and look at him up to 9th. It's been a very good start for the people down the back, a good start for the medium runners, Big C.
Yep, that's the thing. I mean, there was a bit of contact, you know, Sparks, Blizzard, Zenki, Will, all down at the back, involved in chaos. So it's great for these guys, like Lakitu, Calzo and Nick, and even Alfie, to get some big points on the board today. But yeah, Jay doesn't seem to have the pace really. Amir looks the stronger of the two, because Amir has already got 75% ERS, 40% ERS for Jay, so you know, I think the Mercedes will be looking for a double podium behind Louis, but I think Amir certainly looks the favourite to be P2 at the minute.
Yeah, we just need to remember Alfie has a 15-second time penalty to be added to this race, and also Aaron with that 10-second time penalty for his incident in Canada. So those two really at the moment are going to be dropping down to about 15th place, which is unfortunate for them. But we're going to have to turn our attention to the two Mercedes, because Jay's not even defending, and down the inside goes Amir. Well, it wasn't even down the inside, it was just a blatant easy pass on the straight for him.
Yeah, and Mark rewatched the incident. It looked like Zenki got spun by himself, and yeah, all chaos ensued shortly after this as Alfie makes a move on Nick. So Alfie up to 6th from the soft, Nick 7th on medium tyres. So good stuff there from Alfie, but yeah, obviously his penalty will play a big part.
Yeah, that 5-second penalty as well, Connor, for corner cutting and gaining a position. It's unfortunate that it can't be added to the race time, so he will have to pit. And oh god,
Aaron Collingwood has left the second as usual.
Hopefully we don't see any dodgy tactics like last week, Big C.
Yeah, I hope not, but I think that's Aaron's chance of points done and dusted.
Yeah, that, as I said earlier, for anyone who wasn't in the stream, having a time penalty round here could be a blessing in disguise. If you keep those 3-second time penalties low, it could allow you to gain a few more positions than you would actually have around other tracks, because it's so easy to pick up time penalties here in Russia. Very strict for track limits.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, Aaron down to P15, not yet in his car, as Lou sets the fast of the race.
Ooh, Amir sets that. Wow, Amir showing decent pace. I think the DRS definitely did help him a lot there. I think we're going to have to watch Casper. He's on no ERS, he's not using any, so I think we'll turn to Onyx, who is gaining on the straight, and getting news that Lionel Messi won the Ballon d'Or, Big C.
Yeah, I would think Van Dijk obviously for his achievements, but I think you could argue Messi deserves it every year, so yeah, I think either of them would have been deserving winners. It's not always about the team achievements, but obviously what you win does play a part, so a tough one. I think it was very close.
Yeah, I do agree. We've got a little train falling behind Nick. Look at Alfie, already 1.5 seconds ahead of that battle, and Amir gets a 3-second time penalty. Is not what he needs. As I said, Alfie already 1.5 seconds ahead of that battle, just proves the difference between the softs and the mediums, and I think Nick is going to start getting a little train behind him with Casper and VSR Onyx.
Indeed, so certainly all the points positions all up for grabs. Everyone's still quite close, from let's say maybe Calzo down to Aaron and Demons, so you know, all to play for, and many laps still to go as we've got a bit of side-by-side action. Casper and Onyx. Onyx tries to go around the outside of Casper. Onyx pushed a little bit wide out, deservedly so.
Yeah, I think perfectly justified, good battle in there, but I think Casper just needs to use a bit more of his urge. He's using none down the straights because he's got the DRS, and you know what, it's just leaving him vulnerable, Big C. It's not what he needs. No,
it's not what he needs. Calzo and Lakitu could be one to watch, because Calzo's got 90% ERS.
Yeah, here we go. We'll turn the attention to the battle for P4. Here comes Calzo down the straight, and he's in no ERS. I'm going to turn to Casper, who's all over the back of LR Nick. It's going to be an easy move for him. Late on the brakes, around the outside of turn 1. Commanding move, I can say there, but he runs a bit deep, and this could allow Nick back down the inside through turn 3. The side by side, very close, front wing almost touching the rear left of that car. Look, yep, I am looking for Onyx. That is a very audacious move. You can get that done down the inside. Is a bit of contact, but a good move from Onyx there. Caught Nick at his weakest point and manages to get past him. Very good driving there. I'm just turning to Will as well, because look at that, got a battle for 10th between Ash, Lee, Francis and Will. starting to heat up just a bit. Ash is a very aggressive driver. You've raced him for quite a long time, Big C. What's your opinions on the Ferrari driver?
It's only one of the best drivers at his peak we've had in PSGL, but nowadays a midfield driver in F1, but still on his day, mighty quick.
Yeah, that day doesn't come around too often, but we'd like to see maybe Prime Ash come back for a couple of races to see if he could challenge the likes of ILRT, Louis and me, I could say, for this race, but really Louis and Blizzard is the ones I want to see him challenge.
Exactly, I think that was the dream, to have Louis, Blizzard and Ash all fight for a title, but because it's not meant to be.
Yeah, sometimes you don't get what you want. I'm going to have to go. Oh, I was about to say I had to go to Calzum. He looked like he completely messed up that final corner, which is not what he needs. I'm going to have to go to Onyx, because look at that. 5/10 behind Casper with no DRS, miles behind Alfie, 2.5 seconds, not what he needs. And here comes Onyx. Casper actually using a lot of verse this time, but Onyx just not close enough down the straight. If he was a couple tenths closer, maybe 2 tenths closer, that move would have been done for the McLaren driver.
Yeah, Lee just hit Ash into turn 1, turn 2.
Oh,
not ideal.
Yeah, did Ash have to go round the bollards, Big C, or did he just go straight through?
I mean, he had to go straight through. It wasn't even his fault. Just was tapped. Lee just broke a little bit too late. A little bit eager was Lee Finley.
Naivety, that's what we can say, Big C. Who else is there?
We've got Ash, Lee, Will, Fran, and Demon and Aaron. All quite close.
Yeah, I think I'm going to watch Onyx and Casper though, because look at this, they're quite close as they come down to the second DRS zone. Will Casper use Summers down the straight? He doesn't really use it down the straight, and he corrects me here. He's using hot lap to defend. He doesn't want Onyx to get past him, but look how much that slipstream is aiding the McLaren driver. Can he launch one down the inside? One of the more difficult moves to go for down the inside here, and he doesn't go for him. I'm watching Will now as well. So Will's going to go to the outside and switches Lee. That Lee's running very deep. There's action everywhere we go, Big C.
Yeah, and obviously Lee and Will collided in front. Will on the inside. Aggressive, very aggressive. It was a personal move there from Will Murdoch. A good move.
Yeah, he got his elbow and I was like, get out of my way, I'm coming through. And look at that, Lee had to defend from Francis. He's leaving himself vulnerable. Can the LR driver get through past Lee Finley? I don't think we can. We got switch between the two Mercedes, Connor.
Oh, we have indeed, but I think it's just sensible, you know, use each other's DRS just to pull away from the rest of the field. Onyx and Casper maybe? No, Onyx not close enough. But we might try a bit of a Lewis Hamilton on Vettel type thing. He's using a bit more earth, and you have to properly lunge it though. But it's not close enough.
Yeah, a bit too far back. I feel like we're going to see a start. Oh my god, someone goes very wide there on Nick. My god, that. Oh, he almost hit the barrier. I think that would have been one of the more embarrassing crashes if he did hit that wall, Big C.
Yeah, I do agree. Profusely, Edward.
He got battle for 17th here. I'm just looking at it between Blizzard and Sparks, and Blizzard's up into 17th. Those two are miles back. I feel bad for them. They pretty much, unless it's a safety car, have no chance of scoring points using those hard tyres. Go to Onyx. I think, yeah, Onyx definitely. Here we go. The McLaren driver, will he come down the inside? I think he will. Late on the brakes. Lovely move from Onyx there, up into P7. But the only issue is he's not going to gain enough time, surely, to manage to keep hold of that position down the long straight in a couple corners time.
Agreed, and I think Mercedes, yeah, Jay's in. Jay's decided to pit, lap 8. Or lap 7.
Quite an early pit stop though, to be honest. Quite an early
Aaron
one.
did the same, so maybe the soft start going off a little bit quicker than we expected, but the mediums will easily get to the end.
Yeah, maybe a bit of overheating issues, that's the problem. And look at that, Casper's using no and we got a swap. Up ahead, I'm going to go to it, Calzo and Lakitu. Calzo up into P3, finally gets himself ahead of the Red Bull driver. Oh, front and rear tyres starting to overheat on some of these cars. I wonder how people like Louis are doing on the pad. He looks comfortable, to say the least. What's going on with Jay? Jay had a very long stop in the pits.
Did he get held because he used the first garage?
He must have 28 seconds in the 28 seconds behind Louis. I think he got held just a bit. It looked quite a long time, to be honest. Don't know.
Yeah, we'll see when I'm in pits, but it is quite a lengthier pit lane, and yeah.
Yeah, look at Ash now all over the back of Will. Will, I missed it. Will managed to slot his way past the Ferrari. Got a very, what's the word, aggressive move on Lee, and now ahead of Ash, and he's got to really push, but I think those slots are going to come to the end of their life, and now we'll expect Ash to come back at the Renault driver. What else is there? I think this is the one we have to watch, Big C. Or P
Yeah,
9, 10, 11.
So Louis, the race leader, pits.
It's a Mir pit. Yep, a Mir pits as well. Calzo pit, no, stays out. Lakitu stays out. Alfie pit. So Alfie getting priority over Lakitu. That's a very weird one. I think he's going to hold Louis. No, that's not Louis. He's holding a Mir. Alfie's held a Mir just a little longer than he needed to. And that could cost him. We're going to want to see where is Jay. That's Jay. It's just coming around the final corner now. Where is Amir going to be, Connor?
Where is Amir? Where is he? I can't find him. Here's Amir. There's Jay. Yeah, miles behind. There's Louis. There's Jay. And here's Amir.
Look at that. The
nice
undercut. That undercut come down quite a lot. That was about 4 seconds ago. It's now 2.6. 1.4 taken out of him that lap. So the undercut just proving how good it is, and I really feel like people who've pitted that lap for a fresh set of mediums have a good chance of gaining on the people they're racing, unless your name is ILRT Louis, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So what else is going on out there? We've still got Calzo and Lakitu on for great results, but I think we'll be seeing those guys in very shortly. NESC.
Oh no!
A big twist of fate. Oh, I see Louis lost connection. The scenes.
Bottle.
As Mr. Welch came in the room, but let's look. Where's Jay Chatex? Is Jay going to lead the Grand Prix? Jay leads the Russian Grand Prix. Well, the net lead anyway.
Wow, I didn't think I'd be seeing that. Big Daddy Welch has come in and unplugged the Wi-Fi, and Louis is gone. I'm going to see if I can get a little update from Louis. I'm going to give him a quick message on the good old Snapchat and see what is going on with him. Oh, he's rejoined, never mind.
So we've got Calzo and Lakitu in the pits.
Yeah, I've got to raise a few eyebrows. I've got to raise a few eyebrows now, Big C. That's 3 cars disconnecting in this lobby. Is it to do with their internet, or is it to do with the lobbyos? That's what you could be asking.
Yep. Or people are doing it to really get the 100% glitch.
I don't know. Someone who is relatively close is Aaron on the back of Alfie. 35.6 from Aaron compared to Alfie, who set a. Let me check. Alfie said, oh, he just boxed that up. Alfie only got 1 warning, Connor, so slowly is bringing himself into a bit of contention to get a decent result. We got yellows in the background. Who is it? Oh, LR Francis. Disappointing. 50 seconds behind, and he's died. If that brings out a safety car, I think there might be a big penalty going his way. That could ruin it for some drivers.
Basically, AMS, if you leave and rejoin the lobby, you don't get warnings when you rejoin. So in my opinion, if you leave the lobby, you shouldn't be allowed to rejoin anymore.
Yeah, Francis has left.
So I think we should look to implement that from next race onwards, because yeah, so I don't think enough people know about it, but I know who knows about it.
Aaron Collingwood. I was about to say, if that could have brought out a virtual safety, or someone who really could have benefited, could have been Will, would have gained him a good bit of time and really could have pushed him up to about P6 when everyone makes their stops.
Yeah, I think we could be seeing a bit of action. Louis Welch closing in on Calzo. And yeah.
How much time did Louis lose? My God.
He lost like 7 seconds to Jay.
Wow, he has got to go on a hunt. How can he do that? I don't think he'll be able to do that, Connor. What do you think?
It's a big ask, but never say never with Louis Welch. And I'm not sure, I don't think so one more, but certainly in the race.
Yeah, we're going to stick on board with Louis, because look at him, he's behind the Kitu. Kitu only 8 tenths behind Louis, so that just shows how much time Louis actually lost, Connor. Lost quite a bit of time.
And I always find when you rejoin the lobby, car always feels very weird. I don't know what it is. But I rejoined in RD one time, the cocks felt not the same.
Luckily, I don't have that issue anymore, Big C, because the Virgin Media Wi-Fi, it just produced wonders for me.
And obviously, if the glitch is 100% foolproof, Louis Welch will not get any warnings from now on.
Got to wait and see. That could benefit him, but I don't think Louis will do what Aaron done. He's a sensible driver, as you see him on the back of Calzo, and I think Calzo knows this is not about he really needs to be fighting, because he knows Louis isn't going to be much faster than him, although taking a few lines to possibly get a switch back on the Williams driver. So I think what Calzo will aim to do is just use Louis as a bit of a slipstream to drag him towards Amir and possibly even Jay. What's the gap between Louis and Jay? It is 5.7, so I'll go back to that in about 4 laps time and see if there's any difference.
Yep.
Oh, Lee Finley. Oh, I thought he was getting a little closer. Look at that, 34.7 from Louis coming back. He is not going to give this up, and if he does come back, I think it'll be one of Louis' better drives in PSGL.
Yeah, I do agree. Adversity not ideal, but if anyone can, Louis can, and he's about 5.5 behind Jay at the minute.
He has got to push like a madman. Hopefully he doesn't abuse the corner cutting glitch, because he can corner cut quite a bit around here. So I think, as you said, that rule has to be implemented for the next race onwards.
Yeah. I think Alfie and Aaron could be a good battle to watch.
Oh, Alfie and Aaron. 2 aggressive drives. Aaron's got damage.
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't like to know what happened there.
No, it was just a bit of argy-bargy, as they say.
Oh, Alfie's all over the place. He doesn't look on it, and I think these two both are, what's the word, very
aggressive.
Yeah, very aggressive. Can get angry quite easily, I'd say. So wouldn't be surprised if we see a will fly off in the next couple of laps from one of these two.
Yeah, I do agree, so I'll keep an eye on it, but I don't know what else is going on ahead. Maybe Lee and Ash.
Yeah, you were reading my mind, Big C. I just switched right to that, as you said. So Lee didn't get the best run out the final corner, to be honest. Seems to be doing that quite often, just losing the rear, and Ash seems to put away, which allows him to keep hold of P4 at the moment. Just want to keep monitoring that gap. It is now 5 seconds. It's coming down, Big C. I'm not writing off Louis just yet.
No, but I mean, obviously if I was getting no warnings, then I think I'd be quicker.
We'll watch a bit of Louis. We'll see how he's doing.
Yeah, but I'm not saying Louis. Obviously, Louis not going to corner cut deliberately. Like, he's driving very clean and smooth. But where you should have got a warning, you won't get one. So things like that.
Yeah, it's going to allow him to gain a bit more of an advantage. We'll have to. I think we might have to keep a little bit of a closer eye on Louis just in case.
Exactly. It will obviously be a big talking point. We'll certainly look at it as directors, what we're going to do in terms of maybe not allowing people to rejoin. If people do rejoin, they get disqualified regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just watching Louis through the middle set. He looks relatively clean, to be honest, with it not looking to abuse the track limits. A very fair driver from what we're seeing here at the moment.
Yeah, I think that score is good news. Let's just see the race as it is, I guess, and enjoy the second half of it, because we've still got the likes of Onyx and Casper's a bit for soft tyres, and Louis closing on Amir and Jay for the victory. So certainly going to be all to play for. That's Alfie and Aaron.
Oh my god.
Juicy stuff.
Oh, it's 3 wide.
3 wide. Will up the inside. Alfie on the outside. Oh.
Oh my god, I don't think I like the look of this, Big C. If I was any of these drivers or anyone watching, I'd be holding my breath in, because there is a potential for a massive accident between these 3 drivers.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Demon because he's behind them.
Oh, poor Demon. Alfie doesn't have the straight line speed to keep up. Aaron going to defend the inside of the 2 War drivers, I believe, going to go side by side.
Aaron's defending for his mate, which is good to see.
Zenki's
out.
Where's Alfie?
Alfie's using his airs, but then backs it out. So yeah, Zenki's done.
Oh, Blizzard penalty again. It's a horrible race for Blizzard. Horrible.
And I have to agree, Alimondo, I have to agree with that. But obviously talking about all drivers, because generally speaking, it could easily be exploited Even if you can easily do it accidentally, or just leave the session and make the most of it. So that's certainly something we will be looking at afterwards. But yeah, some great midfield action, Nicholas, isn't it? Seeing these drivers without wings, battling hard.
Yeah, looking very good. And here comes Will now. Aaron shutting that door. 3 cars in such close proximity can only mean one thing, and that will most probably be a crash. Oh my god, a bit of contact on the straight. Will Aaron try to launch down the inside? I don't think he will. Aaron, of course, will have that corner cutting thing as well. And there's more damage. I didn't know from who. I think it might be Aaron. I think it is.
Not what you want.
Aaron's got damage on both end plates, yeah.
Yeah, not ideal for Aaron.
Oh, he's going to be forced into the pits, is he? Nah, smart from Aaron there. Fair enough. Oh, yes, the wall coming into the pits, Aaron. Unfortunate for him. Just watching that gap, Connor. It is now 4 seconds between Louis and Jake Tex. And don't count out Amir just yet, Connor. He is actually starting to gain a little bit on Amir. Oh, Jake Tex, sorry. And Jay is coming up on some slower traffic, so this could really be a chance to get back at his Mercedes teammate for Amir.
Yeah, and Zenki's not happy, calling Licky the T word.
I'm trying to think what word that could be. I actually can't remember.
I've not been aware of it until last week, and I'm not a cheat. So, JX on Lee.
Yep, here we go. Down the outside, it's going to be easy for him, and Jay is up into P5, and I now know what you mean, Big C.
So we've got 30 viewers here in the PSGL F1 stream, the home of Monday Night League racing in the world. So, and tomorrow night we've got FP action, Form Performance, we've got Thursday, we've got F6, F5 on Saturday, we've got F4 and F3 on Sunday, with F2 Mondays at 7, so lots of PSGL action get your teeth into as we approach Christmas. So Amir picks up a penalty.
Silly penalty from him there, just cuts the final corner and gets the 3-second penalty. Look at that, Amir 1.5 behind Jaketex now. That gap is coming down. It's Jay struggling for a bit of tires. So we've got a battle for the lead as well. Casper down the inside of Onyx, just a bit too far back, but going back to Jay. Is he starting to struggle a bit, Big C, with something we don't know?
I'm not sure, but to be fair, prior to the pit stops, you'd say Jay was the slowest out of the top 3, so they're really converging, as we've got Cherry Super in the chat. The man has just scored his best result this season in 7th in F2, so well done to Cam.
Yeah, good result for him. A few laps ago, Big C, that gap between Louis and Jay was 4 seconds. It's now 1.5. That gap is literally come down like mad. I didn't think it'd come down this quick. I thought there could be a chance, but nowhere near this quick. Oh, to me! Oh, bottle.
Oh, no.
Oh, that is not what he needs. Spins around, hits the wall, and now that battle goes from a 3-way battle to a 2-way battle, and Amir might as well just hang his head in shame.
And you know what this means? Calzo's on for 3rd.
Wow, what a result. This could be Calzo coming into the league. Wasn't one of the quickest, but now really does. Oh, really is, sorry, showing his potential. And must we get a podium?
Yeah, I think Calzo is this season's gamer. Very consistent. Maybe doesn't have the outright pace, but very assured, experienced, and just amazing. So, yeah. This season's gamer, I'd say, is Calzo so far.
I just want to check Jay's that time. Louis was 6/10 faster at that. 34.9 from Louis, 35.5 from Jake Tex. Amir speeds into the pit lane. It's going to be a miserable ending of the race for him. No chance of points now, unless some sort of miracle happens.
Agreed. And we'll run up to 7th, but I think we'll be under pressure from some of the soft runners.
Yeah, we'll dropping down.
Now Demon's 7th, so a bit of team orders and ran over. But yeah, Demon on the fresh softs. A wise decision.
Doing a very solid job. Someone out, 2 other drivers doing a solid job. Is Casper and Onyx, and Onyx has dropped a good bit behind Casper here, Connor. He was ahead coming into the pit stops, was the McLaren driver. Now 1.2 behind. Very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him indeed. So a lot to play for. Casper maybe challenging for the podium towards the end. Obviously all the points playing positions still to play for, with the likes of Ash Best and Lee Finley on softs. Alfie obviously will be dropping down, so a lot of changes to come in the final 10 laps, but I think Louis is certainly the favourite to win this race.
Yeah,
But it's
I
fair
do
to say,
agree.
Jay is still without a penalty, and Louis doesn't have one like that and won't be getting one, so it's going to be settled on track, which is good news.
Yeah, if Jay doesn't win, he could bring up the argument, what if Louis has been shafting and then wins the race because of it? There really could be a hot topic here, Connor, if Louis does win this race. I'm looking forward to see what the after race discussions could be.
Well, I'm not, so I want to go bed early. So, Casper has got the gap down to Lakito to 6.9 seconds as Nick picks up the time bonus. So yeah, Casper could be on for a podium place, but it needs about a second per lap. You know, we'll have those shitty graphics in real F1 saying the time, how many laps it takes. So last lap he's going to be there.
Yeah, I do agree. We need striking distance, Big C. Casper's striking distance, they're about 5 laps.
Yeah,
I'd say.
that's what I mean. Striking distance and all that jazz. So 1.2 seconds is the gap between RLT Louis and JTX Louis, the current champion, the reigning champion, the two-time champions. Where JTX is just the one-time race winner, winning back in Spain in the wet last season.
Yeah, Jay will desperately try to hold on to this, but I've just got to ask the question, Connor, will he hold on? I feel like Louis is he's fast, too fast for Jay. He's too fast for anyone, this man. I feel bad for Jay. Imagine the pressure of having this man just coming up behind you, Big C. That's safe to say. I wouldn't really be looking forward to it.
I think your heart just sinks when you see the time was coming down and down and down when Louis Welch, it was Louis Welch this game and Blizzard last game. You know, it's aliens, relentless, and that's what we're seeing today as we see Ashbest closing on Alfie for P10 that we want to watch very shortly.
Yeah, Ash is surely going to get this move done down the straight. Alfie, with that 15-second time penalty, it's going to be hard to get any sort of points now. If he does get any points, it will be a miracle. And Ash, 35.4, Connor, still lapping slower than Louis, who was on 10 lap old mediums when he's on the soft. But here comes Ash. As easy as that. Will Lee try follow? I think Lee will try follow. Alfie's not only lost one position, he's going to lose 2 down the straight. It's unfortunate for Alfie. He's just been swamped, Big C.
Disappointing there for Alfie on Lee, but you know, his race was done due to the penalty as Demon picks up another time penalty in P7. So not ideal there for Demon. It's Louis now in DRS range of JTX in the Mercedes. Just 6 cents is the gap between the top two. I think there's nothing Jay can do. But he is going to defend, which is good news. We want a battle for the lead.
Yeah, just think if these two come together, look who will take the lead, Connor. LR Calzo. He'll be praying these two just get a little too close, maybe rub wheels and send each other around and possibly give each other damage. Because if they do, Calzo will win this race. Or Lakito.
Yeah, Lakito's looking very strong to be fair today, and Casper closing in very fast.
Yeah, Casper doing a very solid job down in P5 from where he started in 14th. Very good race from him. Anyway, here we go. I think we're getting ever closer to the move. Louis is half a second behind, a bit too far behind in this straight, not using, or he's using overtake, but yeah, he puts it down. He knows he's just too far back. But I think we're gonna have to go to the key two. No, they're in none as well. Too many passive drivers, Big C. Too many passive.
Yeah, I think it's just how and all that jazz is on this game. It's just better to sit in and wait. It's not, it doesn't make sense to make moves straight away because obviously if Lakito overtakes Calzo, he knows that Calzo's just going to sit his DRS safe hours and have a go at him later on in the race. Whereas I know Louis will want to overtake him straight away because he'll be able to pull the gap.
I think, to be honest, really does ruin the racing. Drivers can't push flat out because they've got to sit back and wait for their moves.
Exactly. I think Fort Minder has been ditched just to see how it compares.
Yeah, I do agree. It may make overtaking just a little bit harder, but it provides better action.
A bit of an overtake button, like the old Kers and F1 2013, that type of thing. It's a bit of a push button in the race. You can use it a couple of times. You have to recharge it. Just have a big boost to attack or defend, or go for a fastest lap, rather than changing it every corner because it's very unrealistic to be putting it in non right now to get better traction. And to save hers is just a bit backwards.
Yeah, look at Louis though, he's all over the back of Jay. I feel bad for Jay because he could have got his second win, but he's had the pressure of Louis just pretty much hunt him down and going to eat him alive. Let's watch Louis coming down the straight, overtake for the Williams driver. It's surely now for him a horrible camera shot, but he's going to go to the outside. Can Louis take the lead of the Russian Grand Prix? Yes, he can. Jay has no answer to it. He might try to get a better run through turn 2 and round through turn 3, but he's too far. Louis is up into the lead after his disconnect. What a comeback drive has been from him.
Yeah, Nikita will be inside on Calzo. Risky. Oh, that could have ended in tears with a bit of a... Look at Casper. He's only 2 seconds behind.
Yeah, we said striking distance in 6. That's about 4 laps ago, Connor. And I think we are right. Are we the people that provides the graphics for AWS? Because our prediction seems very, very likely. Because Casper is flying at the moment. And to be fair, so is Onyx.
Compared to Casper and Onyx, it's a shame they can't qualify because they've got some great race pace, and obviously the reverse strategy does tend to work when you're in the midfield. And we're going to have a great battle for third place. You know, Cows and Nikita have been brilliant, but Casper and Onyx also have been.
Oh, Blizzard round. Oh, it's a terrible race for him. Awful.
Look, why 3 backs off? Oh, so extra safety car.
Wow. Imagine that was a full safety car.
Yeah, well, there have been some complaints that Blizzard sort of benefit himself as Blizzard makes the most of it and pits as he gets lapped.
Yeah, unfortunate for Blizzard. I'd like to see a safety car maybe a bit more often than the VSC, because that really could have spiced things up with people like Casper on the fresh tyres. But I think they're getting ready to go again, Big C.
Yep, they are indeed. Flat out down the straight, Louis and Jay Chatex. Has it gone in yet? No?
Don't know. I don't think it has. Will any of these drivers speed and throw it away? No, they won't.
Go, 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 go. I think Nikito's very close to Calzo again.
He is. We got a question from Jamie. Connor, do you regret not racing?
No. I think I might have scored a point if I was lucky, but nah, it's a bit, I don't regret it. It's a bit more relaxing not racing. I'll be back for the Hockenheimring though, and obviously Monaco before the Christmas break. So, but no, I don't regret it.
Big C, you might not be the only one back at the Hockenheimring. I might be joining you on the grid, back with my TE300 on the grid. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the wheel comes between Friday and Monday, because if it does, it is a beauty. If it comes on Monday, safe to say the sweat is going to have to come down, or I'm going to be miles off the pace.
If there's a seat to race, of course, but Nikito's using the RS, he's using the overtake button. Can he make the move on Calzo for the podium? Down the inside. Yellow flag in sector 1, that's probably Aaron or Blizzard. Nikito and, a little bit. Don't know what's the word. What is the word? I can't think of it.
Aggressive.
Yeah, it was aggressive, but I thought Calzo didn't have the balls. He didn't fight hard enough, and Demon's lost the plot with his penalties as Nick overtakes him.
Oh, and Demon's had some sort of incident, I think. Who is that causing the yellow flags? I think it might be Aaron, but look at this battle behind Calzo now. Calzo, Onyx, and Casper all fighting away. Here we go. What a great ending we have in store for us. Here comes Casper. Can he go down the inside? He switches on the straight. Demon is out. Oh my god. Wow.
An awful manoeuvre that from Casper. Yes. He's usually very clean, but shocking from Casper. He's messed up his braking completely there. So yeah, Demon's out, but Casper, to be fair to him, has some of the best racecraft in the business, but just made a bit of a mistake there. Brake too late as he tries to do a bit of a Daniel Ricciardo with a dummy and a lunge. Edward. Yeah,
to be fair, Jay is doing a solid job, Con. He's still sticking with Louis. Aaron has retired. Imagine the scenes if it said safety car deployed. I think if we did, we'd see an Onyx Masterclass from 18th to 1st, Big C.
Yeah,
that is with penalties as well.
Yeah, that is true. That is true, Edward. So we've got yellow flags again. James Texas actually staying with Louis. Just proves how overpowered DRS is. Like, Louis is miles faster than Jay, but Jay can easily stick with. So I think that's something that also needs to be looked at. I think you need to be rewarded a little bit for actually having the pace. So yeah, Onyx, we on for a remarkable podium.
And they're from 18th to 3rd, Big C. To be fair, if Nikita gets a podium, it'd be remarkable for him as well. We'll see how Jay is on Louis. Jay awful run at final corner, nowhere near.
Yeah, and 5 penalties for Blizzard, Mark.
Wow, a load of penalties for him. Why don't you stream for a PC, then you can have these beautiful. But because, Tom, I don't know how to do it. That's why.
But it doesn't matter, there's action going on. Onyx up to 3rd, Casper up to P5. So the medium soft strategy with some great pace from Onyx and Casper has been fantastic. And can Onyx actually close in on the top 2? Probably not, but
big ask, very big ask. I feel like another 3 laps after this, and maybe to that 30, and then there could be a little chance, but I don't think so.
A little chance.
A little chance indeed, Big C. And Tom, I'm pretty sure Venom would not have the patience to deal with me because I am a technology noob. So, oh, Nikita mistake, runs a bit deep on the brake and then loses the rear, but manages to keep hold of it. Is he feeling the pressure? And look at Onyx, he still is pushing. The gap is 5 seconds. How's Jay doing with Louis? 6/10. None of these two have penalties either. Louis won't get another penalty, of course, so it's a bit unlucky for him. Whilst there's no action just for now, got a question from AMS Article. Best memory of German GP on PSGL when I absolutely launched it down your inside and mugged you off. Anyway, let's keep going. Nikita on the back of Onyx, I'd say no, he's not. I feel Casper's throwing it away just a bit. Of course, Connor with that mistake, 2.1 behind. I reckon that podium is just a bit out of reach for him now. That podium will be going to VSR Onyx. Right, there isn't any time penalties.
Yeah, one sec. Just dealing with a few inquiries.
Fair enough. I'll keep the stream updated whilst you are doing your thing. Got the race has died down. He could have had a 4-car battle, now we have a 0-car battle. That's what's happened. There's no battles. Watching Sparks down in 23 laps on a set of hard tyres. If Ash has enough penalties, Alfie has 15-second penalty to add on. Sparks could pull off just 1 point. It really could be a success for him after his lap 1 collision. And Louis has finally broke the DRS off Jake Tech, so I expect Jay to drop a bit further back now and won't be able to really challenge the master of PSGL at this current stage. Actually, I like we got a battle. We got Amir and Sparks for 12th and 13th.
Excellent, that's what you want. A battle for 12th and 13th. But yeah, I think we've had a good Russian Grand Prix race. It's not really the most entertaining of circuits. We've had some good battles, some good drives, and a good night's racing. We've got Hockenheim next week, which I think will be really, really juicy, especially if it's dry.
Yeah, we'll be seeing Owen back for that one most likely. If he can't make it, I don't have my way. I might have to stand in again. Got a question for Wama, from Wama to you, Connor.
Yeah, when all the clubs being hung up, do you consider yourself an Arsene Wenger? Well, about Arsene Wenger, I think it's certainly on my mind, but we'll see. I mean, it's on my mind, and but in terms of being an Arsene Wenger, I don't know. I've won races. I won a race season 22 or season 24, so. And I finished runner-up, so I was finishing 4th. So I'll go as far as Arsene Wenger, but perhaps I'm certainly getting towards that if I continue. So certainly if I continue for a few more seasons, the Arsene Wenger comparison probably is fair. We've been Brian Clough when he got thrice relegated by the end, so certainly. But let's just see how the next few races goes, and I'll probably make a decision, soon, what I want to do.
Yeah, just watching Amir go around the outside of Sparks. Really, it was easy for Amir. 9-lap old loss compared to Sparks' 24-lap hard tyres. Be decent if Sparks can get, but he does have a little chance if someone ahead has a lot of penalties and he has hardly any. Got AMS saying Big C to F3. I don't think we'll see that happen anytime soon.
Oh, I'd rather do F3 and F2, and I don't think I'd win every F3 race. So it would be quite interesting. I don't know. I don't know, we'll see. I'm doing Monaco in Germany for F1 for sure anyway. That's for sure, we'll see after.
Yeah, Monaco could be a chance to get your best result, Connor.
I hope so, but we're on the last lap, we're on the penultimate lap. Now it's the last lap for the Welsh, and the battle for P4 is on between Nikita and Casper.
Yep, Casper has caught up. I did say he might have thrown it away to get past Lakitu, but you know what? He's come back at him. He's not giving up, and this should be very easy for the Ferrari driver. Lakitu's not even going to bother defending the inside because he knows that Casper is just going to fly past him. Casper up into P4. What about Will Murdoch, Connor, on the back of LR Nick? Not using any others. Not using any.
No, but I think he's saving his to have a go in the last straight, like the back straight.
Yeah, Nick locks up just... Oh, never mind. He got a 3-second time penalty, which really could have hindered him. And look at that. Look, as soon as Louis got out of the DRS, 2.5 seconds ahead. We've got Yanis in, set the free. If CRG Blizzard doing something.
He gets crushed.
This is not a normal Blizzard. Blizzard really affected from that opening lap collision, which is unfortunate for him. Lakitu gets a penalty. Oh, Lakitu almost threw it away, Connor.
He did indeed. The pressure's on this final lap, but Lakitu's with another P5. 2 P5s in a row. I think you can't complain. I'd love a couple of P5s.
Yeah, we still got that battle for Will and Nick. I'm just going to watch this, and I have to turn my attention to Louis because Nick is defenceless and Will's just going to fly past down this straight. As easy as that. And Will is up into P7. Decent from him. I'm going to turn to the master of F1. Louis wins in Russia. Great drive from him. Jay gets second. Louis had a 3-second penalty, Connor. Or did he? Or was it a bit? No, I think it's a bit decent. That's the issue.
Yeah, because he left and rejoined. So let's see how it's all playing out. Casper 4th, Onyx with a brilliant 3rd. Oh, Cal's up to 5th. Good job from Cal. So Lakitu 6th, fair play. 7th for Will Murdoch. Will gets 8th. Lee Finley. Finley 9th. And
Ash 7th.
So, oh.
Wow. Alfie
amazing from Richard.
What a lovely drive from him. Everyone just spinning now. Alfie finishes 11th, has a 15-second time penalty, so that'll drop him to about 13th. So Sparks will get 11th. Sparks misses out on a point, Connor, by 4.5, about 5 seconds, which is not too bad for him after his first application. And what am I seeing on this straight? What is going on?
Oh, that's not good for my eyes.
Yeah, we'll go off that.
In terms of driver of the day, has to be the man. BSR Onyx. Last to 3rd. Great pace, good overtakes, clean. Good job.
Yeah, I do agree. Do you want to do podium interviews, Big C?
I think we'll just do Louis.
Yeah, Jay don't speak anyway. And who's 3rd? Onyx.
Onyx. I don't know if he does them.
Invite them anyway. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll do Louis and Onyx. If they join, they join. If not,
an early night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a great race, and well done to the top 3. And this Louis marches on.
3rd win of the season. What a great drive from him. A disconnect, comes back from a 5-second deficit, wins by 3 seconds, made 8 seconds. No, come back from a 7-second deficit. What a great comeback that is, to be honest. Showed mega pace towards the end, so
yeah.
Congrats to him. His 3rd win of the season, but driving day has to go to VSR Onyx indeed.
And Louis just said he's got to go for his dinner, Edward, so just wrap up the result and go.
Yeah, I think we'll do. So Louis is your race winner from Jay in 2nd, 3rd VSR Onyx, 4th Casper, 5th Calzo, 6th Lakitu, 7th Ash Best. A very underrated drive from him there, getting 0 penalties, just put him up to 7th. Great drive from him. 8th Nick, 9th Will, and 10th Lee Finley. 11th we'll have Sparks, 12th Amir, and 13th will be Alfie. 14th Blizzard, miserable race for him. Then Demon, Aaron, Zenki, Francis, all DNFing. Very good race tonight, Connor. Thank you for joining.
It's good to commentate on my first F1 race since season 17. So maybe I'll be back in the future. I don't know, but it was nice, a nice change of pace. But hopefully I'll be back in better form myself, and hope I can actually drive a bit better in Hockenheim. But yeah, great race. Well done to Louis on the win. Also Jay and Onyx. And thanks to Paul. As always, it'd be good to see you back on track. I have to say.
Yeah, I need a bit of the spicy moves, Big C. Anyway, I have been Lickle, joined by Big C. Thank you for watching, everyone, and good night.